to the point where my kids could just run themselves. I wish I could go to sleep at night and not worry about whether I would be called at midnight to go to Eagle Rock 45 minutes away to wait in front of some friend of hers apartment, which is across the street from a probable whorehouse, while she takes 3 trains over the course of 3 hours to get to me after a rock concert. I wish I didn't still picture her as a 3-year-old girl alone and lost in a bad neighborhood. I wish I hadn't had that vanilla milkshake while I waited. I hadn't been up this late since, well, maybe since she was born 21 years ago. You'd think it ends when they go to college. After all, they're over 18. Technically, they're adults. You think that when they move into the dorms, you'll just get weekly calls that say, hey, things are great. I have a crush on this guy in the next building, and I might join a hiking club. My experience was different. I got a bad feeling when she moved into her dorm room. I don't know if it was the roommate's Hello Kitty bedspread, or the fact that she had hijacked over half of the closet space, but a certain nagging vibe told me that these 2 girls might not have that much in common. At first, I didn't get a single "things are freaking awesome" call, but then I started getting daily calls, sometimes hourly. She definitely did not like her roommate. She was forced to spend her evenings in the lounge to do homework because her roommate's boyfriend was theoretically homeless. I assured her that it would all take some getting used to, and if she didn't like her roommate, she could make other friends. I tried to push the hiking club. Next thing you know, week 3, things were different. She was hiking all right. She'd found some kids she got along with all right. They all got arrested together. First day of the 3rd week of school, boom, busted. Since all manner of drinking, smoking, and of course drugs of all kind were forbidden in the dorm, these new friends had hiked up the beautifully forested hills behind the buildings to smoke out of sniffable range of the dreaded dorm narcs. They were sitting ducks. The local cops seemed to know that in the first month of the fall quarter, the freshmen would escape the zero-tolerance university confines to seek out more open air. My girl was hysterical when she called me. I don't know if this is I couldn't make out what she was saying for the first 25 sentences, and then only by picking out words between sobs and wails, I got clearly, I'm so sorry, Mom. I had to say it was mine, or they would have taken us all to jail. It turns out she didn't even know what she was arrested for, but it turned out she was in possession, and a minor to boot. Ironically, recreational marijuana is now legal in the state of Washington, but I think you still have to be 21. From my very far away vantage point, I was able to reassure her that while I was upset, I would certainly stand by her. And between her crying and my wanting to throw up, I managed to calm her down. But when I hung up, I was in a world of wonder. Would she be kicked out of school? Would she now have an actual mark on her permanent record? Would she have to pay a fine or go to court? Did she even have something that she could wear to court that would mask her tattoos on both arms? Don't ask. Would she be sensible enough to tone down the makeup that everyone but her thought was goth gone wild? Should I go up there? Would it help? It turned out that this was really a revenue grab for the county. Hey, times are tough, I get it. I explained to Alice that I didn't really think it was wrong of her, but it was illegal. And while I might disagree with the law, it was what it was. You do the crime, you pay the $475 fine. And she'd now be on probation, so it would be up to her to keep her nose clean, or she would in fact get kicked out of school. And she probably would get this little episode tattooed on her permanent record. Well, in the 3 years between story A, the Eagle Rock thing, and story B, there was a whole lot of middle ground. The good news is She is an adult. She did learn to manage her life and her classes and find a house to rent with sweet and loving friends. She found a boyfriend and adopted a kitten. And we settled into a nice routine of texting and calling. Who would have thought that I would like the texting best? I think texting allows her to maintain more independence, less mommy help-me-ness. She was even there for me last year when I lost my husband. She somehow knew just when to call, when to send me photos of her life, when to cheer me up with the sweet assurance that I could focus on my husband's illness and not on micromanaging her. And as for wishing it was over, well, we all have to shatter our illusions at some point or another. The truth is, I will never stop being on duty. I will never put my worries to bed. I will always be on call and offer rides and smiles and reassurance. And I will still, can't help it, picture a little 3-year-old girl driving down the freeway when she comes back to re-roost in my nest next summer. There's no expiration date on mothering.